then that a new class is formed by a present existing class. That is inheritance. It saves memory. Reusability code is the biggest advantage of my inheritance. We did different types of inheritance with their diagrams. We did single inheritance, multi-level inheritance, multiple inheritance, hierarchical, and hybrid. Okay, we only did the types of inheritance and we did not do the example of how inheritance takes place. Okay, in exam there is no program which is going to come based on inheritance for 5 marks. Neither they are going to ask that explain the visibility mode or something like that. Hardly one time it has come, 1 or 2 times it has come that explain the different visibility modes. Okay, that too for 4 marks. So but you should know that how inheritance is taking place, because when you're studying types of inheritance, तो मल्टीपल इनहेरिटेंस कैसे होता है, फिर मल्टी लेवल इनहेरिटेंस कैसे होता है, दैट यू शुड नो. ओके, एंड ऐसा नहीं है कि अगर 10 साल में नहीं पूछा है तो इस साल भी नहीं आएगा, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. ओके, सो विल स्टार्ट. फर्स्ट आई विल गिव यू द सिंटैक्स ऑफ इट. फर्स्ट यू राइट द क्लास नेम. ओके, द जस्ट द कीवर्ड क्लास. जैसे आपने क्लास एबीसी बनाया है तो class is a keyword which we write. So I have written class over here. The derived class name, that means the new class which is formed. The new class which is formed is known as the derived class. So you write the derived class name. Say for an example, अगर ABC एक class है और PQR एक class है, so PQR is taking the properties of this ABC. So PQR becomes my new class or my derived class. Then you have this single colon. Okay, you have this single colon with over here, and this after single colon you have the visibility mode. This visibility mode is very important. What you write public or you write private or you write protected, which visibility mode you give, that is very important. And then you have the base class name. That means jahan se aap data le rahe ho. So in this case class ABC is my base class, because there can be multiple base classes also. Like when you do multiple inheritance, so suppose class ABC hai, MNP है, DEF. Suppose these 3 classes are there और ये तीनों classes मेरे base class हैं और ये सब इससे PQR ABC से भी डेटा ले रहा है, MNP से भी डेटा ले रहा है और DEF से भी डेटा ले रहा है. So at that time visibility mode base class, comma visibility mode base class, comma visibility mode base class. Because ये visibility mode क्या है, ये हम लोग जब example करेंगे, that time it will be more clear to you that what is this visibility mode, why this visibility mode is important. Okay, so everyone understood the syntax of this? Just give me a thumbs up if you have understood. Now all of you pay attention over here. I have written a very simple program. मैंने इसमें cout statement minimize किए हैं, cin statements minimize किए हैं. Okay, बाकी आप इसमें add on कर सकते हैं whatever you want to add. So I have taken a class B. Okay, and in this class B, in public, I'll draw a diagram. Okay, in public, this is class B. Public में I have A and B, and I have a function known as get data. Very simple. Okay, I have like this. In get data, I am asking user to enter 2 values of A and B, and I'm just reading it, and I'm ending the class. I have terminated the class over here. So this is one class which I have created in a program. Okay, now I'm creating a second class in the same program. I'm creating a class C. I am creating a class C. So this is my new existing class. C is my new existing class, and then I put a colon. Why? Because I want to inherit some data from some other class, and then I write public A. I write public A. So public is my visibility mode, and this class A is my base class. Sorry. Can anyone tell me the error? Please unmute and tell me the error.
There's no class A.
Yes, Harshal, there is no class A. By mistake, I have written over here A. It should be B. Okay. So B is my base class. That means whatever the data is there in class B in public section will be inherited in class C. That means class C is having in private, it is having C. That means its own variable. I'll take X. थोड़ा सा confusion नहीं होने के लिए I'll take X. It has its own private data X, and it has one function known as calculate. Now I say public B. This visibility mode says that ऐसा नहीं है, इसका मतलब ये नहीं है students where you get confused. Understand this statements what I'm going to speak now. When I write public B, that means whatever data you have taken from base class. Yes, ये point बहुत clear है कि only public data member and member functions can be inherited. So यहाँ पे जब मैंने public लिखा है, so whatever data I am inheriting from class B, that is the base class, will go in the public section of class C, that is the derived class. That means यहाँ पे public बन जाएगा और यहाँ पे मेरे पास A, B और get data आ जाएगा. That is visibility mode. If I write over here private, so the visibility mode is private. Whatever the public data members and member functions you have inherited in the derived class will go in the private section of class C or my derived class. So this will go in private section. So ये visibility mode is important कि जो भी data derived base class से derived class में आ रहा है, तो वो derived class के कौन से section में जाएगा? वो उसके प्राइवेट सेक्शन में जाएगा या उसके पब्लिक सेक्शन में जाएगा? That is very important because there can be one more class. Suppose I'm just writing it roughly over here. I write class P, suppose. No, I write class J. Okay, and I say public C. Okay, I write public C. So what will happen? Suppose J के पास M और N है. Okay, तो अब J के पास कौन सा डेटा है? M है, N है. अच्छा, ये सब तो प्राइवेट है, ये तो आएगा ही नहीं बिकॉज ये सब प्राइवेट है. और अगर मैंने यहाँ पे इसको पब्लिक किया होता, ओके, विजिबिलिटी मोड पब्लिक होता, तो whatever is there in public, that means ये A, B और get data यहाँ पर आ जाता. Why? Because ये public section में डेटा है. अगर मैं इसको I am now teaching you multi-level inheritance. Suppose ये public में है डेटा, this whole data is in public, so ये public में है. So your thing has come into picture. B is equal to C, C is equal to J. In short, B is equal to J. आपका transitive property जिसको आप बोलते हो, but उसमें everything has to be public. That means over here, if I make the visibility mode as public, then only the data of this base class is public over here. And if it is public over here, then only class J can access it, right? But if I inherit this property as private, so वो यहाँ पर तो पब्लिक है, अब अपने खुद के क्लास में, बेस क्लास में पब्लिक है, बट ये डिराइव्ड क्लास में आके it is going in private section, and when it is going in private section, at that time this class J cannot, भले मैंने यहाँ पे public C किया है, public is just the visibility mode, so whatever data is coming from class C will go in public section of class J. बट अगर मैंने यहाँ पे प्राइवेट कर दिया है A, B और गेट डेटा को, ये यहाँ पे जब आ रहे हैं तो वो प्राइवेट मोड में आ रहे हैं, सो एट दैट टाइम क्लास J cannot access the data of class B from class C. That means B is equal to C, C is equal to J, but B is not equal to J, or J is not equal to B, because the mediator between these two classes is class C, but उसने visibility mode private रख दिया है, so whatever data is coming is going in private and the next class cannot access it. Got it? Any doubt? Yes, any doubt? इनहेरिटेंस, मल्टीपल इनहेरिटेंस में अगर मैंने यहाँ पे अगर मैंने प्राइवेट में डेटा लिया है, सो आई कैन सिंपली राइट क्लास J में आई कैन राइट पब्लिक C कॉमा पब्लिक B. सो दिस इज नोन एज, एक ही डिराइव्ड क्लास है और मल्टीपल दो क्लासेस से वो डेटा ले रहा है. ओके, so that's my inheritance. इसमें एक accessing point हमारा नहीं हुआ है कि void main में जाके object के through access कैसे करना है. So I'm just erasing everything from here because you have understood it. So now what am I doing is, after writing this, okay, I'm just continuing the program here. void main में, okay, in void main I just create a object of class C. Suppose मैंने C1 किया. Now if I write class C में I have X, I have calculate, I have AB, I have get data. Okay, so now if I create only C का object as C1, and if I write C1 dot get data, will it work? जबकि C1 is an object of class C और get data जो है वो class B में है, but then also I am accessing it with the help of derived class object, that is C. So will it work? Just unmute and tell me, will it work? Anyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Am I talking to walls? Anyone? Yes, Harshal is saying yes. One more student is saying yes, Gandhar. Yes. Okay, it will work because get data is there in the derived class also. So when I write C1 dot get data, it will access. I'll write C1 dot calculate. It's fine. मतलब दोनों classes का मैंने एक ही object बनाया है as C1 and it's working. So मुझे अलग अलग ऑब्जेक्ट बनाने की जरूरत नहीं है अगर मेरा पूरा डेटा एक क्लास में मैंने एक्सेस कर लिया है तो. बट हाँ, अगर मुझे स्पेसिफिकली मुझे सिर्फ A और B चाहिए एंड आई हैव वन मोर क्लास, जैसे मैंने J बनाया था पहले, I have one more class J and there I am adding A and B. यहाँ पे मैंने मल्टीप्लीकेशन किया है, वहां पे मुझे ऐड करना है. So at that time I can take A and B from here and then I can create an object of J and I can access J1 dot calculate. So it's fine. तो वो भी चलेगा. ओके अगर बाई चांस मुझे ऐसा भी कुछ करना है, बी का मैंने ऑब्जेक्ट बनाया B1 और अगर मैं गेट डेटा यहाँ से ले रही हूँ B1 dot get data and then I'm writing C1 dot calculate, it's fine. Okay चल जाएगा. So that's my inheritance. Okay इसमें एक हाइब्रिड इनहेरिटेंस था जिसकी वजह से मैंने आपको लास्ट क्लास भी बताया था एक न्यू टॉपिक फॉर्म होगा as virtual base class. Okay so I'll just write down the program. It's a little big program virtual base class ka. I will take 3-4 classes and then I need to explain it. So I'll just take 2-3 minutes. तब तक आपको पानी वगैरह पीना, so you can drink or you want to move you can move. Students आप लोग इसका एक फोटो लेके रख लो ना, so that मुझे वापस नहीं. Okay I have a base class. I have a class known as base. उसके अंदर मेरे पास एक वेरिएबल है a. I have a class d1. I have a class d1 which has b. Oh god I just forgot. Okay I have a class b1. I have a class d1 which has b and which also has public base, that means a भी उसके पास है. And I have a class d2 okay which has c and it also has this a. Okay and I have a class d3. I have a class d3 which has d1 and d2 both और उसका खुद का टोटल है उसके पास और d1 और d2 है, that means b a c a. Now see I have created a object over here. I hope this thing is clear कि इसके अंदर क्या क्या है वो मैंने लिखा है. Now this part is very important. Okay in this part I have taken an object ob of d3 because everything is there in d3. Okay so d3 का मैंने ऑब्जेक्ट लिया. I wrote ob dot a मतलब a का वैल्यू is 10, b का वैल्यू is 20, c का वैल्यू is 30. Now see over here I wrote ob dot total. The topic name is virtual base class. Huh? Just forgot. Right. Okay. ob dot total is equal to ob dot a. ob dot a. Now this ob dot a over here and here will create the ambiguity because b और c तो एक ही है मेरे पास, but a का कॉपी मेरे पास दो है. I have 2 copies of a over here. So this a का 10 इसका 10 है कि ये 10 है. It will create the ambiguity in the compiler or for the compiler to read. So to avoid this, okay, to avoid this, you have 2 solutions for it. The very first solution is you mention over here wherever you are using a. Wherever you are using the variable a, you write ob dot d1 scope resolution a is equal to 10. ob is the name of the object. ob dot d1 scope resolution a is equal to 10. So यहाँ पे अगर मैं a यूज कर रही हूँ, so again I will write ob dot d1 का a प्लस ob डॉट बी. सो यहाँ पे मुझे जहां पर भी a यूज कर रही हूँ मुझे मेंशन करना पड़ेगा. अगर बाई चांस मैं यहाँ पे कर रही हूँ ना ob डॉट d2 स्कोप रेजोल्यूशन a इज इक्वल टू 5. सो जब भी मैं d1 का a यूज कर रही हूँ सो एट दैट टाइम वैल्यू इज 10 एंड वेरेवर आई एम यूजिंग d2 का a, d2 जो क्लास है मतलब यहाँ पे जिसने एक्सेस किया हुआ है सो तब मैं 5 यूज करूंगी. सो तो यहाँ पे मैं मेंशन कर दूंगी. सपोज अगर मैंने यहाँ पे ये लिखा है तो इट इज 10 प्लस 20 प्लस 30. But if I write OB dot D1 scope resolution A plus OB dot B plus OB dot C plus OB dot D2 scope resolution A, मैंने फॉर्मूला में D1 का A भी ऐड किया है और D2 का A भी ऐड कर दिया है, so it will be 10 plus 20 plus 5. This is the one solution wherein wherever you are using the variable A, you mention with the help of scope resolution operator कि आप D1 का यूज कर रहे हो क्या D2 का. Okay. The other solution is you write virtual. You write virtual over here. There is my marker. You write virtual over here. Public virtual base. See, ये base मैंने class का नाम दिया है. You can change the name of the class to A also. तो ये public virtual A हो जाएगा. Okay? मैंने notes में base दिया है class का नाम ही मैंने base दिया, तो इसलिए मैं बार-बार base बोल रही हूँ. Okay? और यहाँ पे public virtual base. So if you write this keyword virtual while inheriting in the derived class, so that time it does not create two copies. It creates only one copy. That means it checks the derived class that whether those variables, whatever I am inheriting, are present there or no. If they are not present, it's fine, वो inherit हो जाएगा. But if those variables are already there, जैसे A already था, so वो और एक copy D2 उसका एक नया copy नहीं बनाएगा. Only if you mention in the derived class that it's virtual. So यहाँ पे आपको ये सब तमाशा करने की जरूरत नहीं है. You only write OB.A because it's just one copy. A is having just one copy. So there are two solutions. Either you make two copies and then you mention over here कि आप OB.D1 का यूज कर रहे हैं A या D2 का यूज कर रहे हैं. Or else you create just one copy by mentioning this keyword virtual. So hybrid inheritance का जो drawback था that it creates two copies of the variable of the data members or member functions is solved by virtual base class by writing the base class name as virtual. Again I am repeating for your convenience. अगर मैंने ये class का नाम ABC लिखा है, so यहाँ पे public virtual ABC आएगा. Don't get confused between the topic name base और ये base. Okay? यहाँ पे मैंने base class का नाम ABC change कर दिया आपके लिए. So it will be public virtual ABC. Public virtual ABC. Clear with this? How it is?